with me. It was like a missed opportunity once before, so.
No, it wouldn't be, because depending upon what happened or who went up, like, we would all talk about it and put someone up that we knew would be safe, with the group. Right. And it's a 2-1 vote, you know what I mean? And like, obviously we all want to be here, you know what I mean? It's just like, if it comes down to me and Zach, nominations stay the same, like, I don't know, like, Jess said she'd break the tie and she'd keep me because she wants good people to win this too. But like, that breaking the tie means you voting to keep me. And I don't know, how you feel about that. Like, it's scary to be in this position. This is my 3rd time up on the block. Like, I feel like, my time's coming too, and whatever. Like, if I'm meant to go this week, then I'm meant to go. But at the same time, I just feel like, being able to trust someone and know that you have my vote if you're up on the block, regardless of anyone else in this house, you know what I mean? That I tell you, yeah, you have my vote, you have my vote, you know what I mean? And it's not like, with other people in this house, they tell you that and you have to doubt it, you have to worry about that. And is that like, at this point in the game with 7 people left, I could see you being worried about me later on down the road, but right now I just don't see how I'm a threat really to you. I mean, everyone's a threat because you said that and I think that too, but I mean, loyalty and just being honest, is important in this game.
Absolutely. And, I agree with that. And my philosophy. This started off with thousands upon thousands of people. We are the 7 people sitting here. I don't care who thinks who's an idiot, who thinks who's a liar, who thinks who sucks. Yeah. None of us are idiots, liars, or suck. Well, maybe some of us are liars, but the point being, out of 35,000 people, there are 7 remaining, and we are them. So I don't take anyone for granted, and I know I can honestly respect the fact that all 7 people remaining here belong here, deserve to be here, whether I like them or not. They've played well and done well to be here. It's really amazing. It's just, first things first, regardless of whether or not I use it, regardless of if you stay up, regardless of the vote, I've learned my lesson in, obviously recent weeks or whatever, and I'm trying not to make a 100% definitive, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to do this with the veto, I'm going to do this with the vote, because every single time, like we know, like every single week, like with me, like with Nick, like with Dusty, like everything, it's 1 a.m. on Wednesday, and it's like, maybe we've got to think about all of this here. And the last thing I want to do, because I was extremely upset, in doing this, is to, guarantee anyone anything at this point. I wish that I felt differently, but at the same time, I feel like I would rather just be upfront with everyone and say, I just need some time to process all of this at this point.
I don't want you to tell me anything anyways. I just want you to know.
No, I completely understand. I mean, you understand why you'd be a threat to anyone at this point. I mean, against any of me, Jess, Dick, or Danielle, at least at this point, and probably Zach. I mean, Jamaica would probably be the only exception. Right now, you're up 2-0 against us in the final vote, and you know that.
I know, Eric, but you don't know how people are going to look at this in the end. You know what I mean?
Well,
personal or strategic.
Well, let's just in all fairness, let's just use me and you for an example, okay? We both know if Dustin and Jen are casting votes, which way they're going at this point. Now, as I said, I actually could really care less. If anything, I'm pretty much probably playing for second at this point. I can do what I can do to get there, but am I going to win? I highly doubt it. But, that's an obvious threat. At least if Zach's sitting there, at least, people from a strategic standpoint would at least sit there and say, oh, God, like, can we really give this to Zach? Then let's just say, I put one other person out. Let's say I put Zach out this week or whatever, or Jess and I do, or whatever the case may be or whatever. Then it's like before I even know it, I'm done. I have no chance in a final vote against you, but at the same time, as I said, that is one of like 500 things that I'm looking at, and I can't even compete to win a final vote if I'm not there. And I do believe that clearly I would be have far more value in the relationship I have with you than the lack of relationship I have with Zach. And I completely understand that.
Yeah, but you always say you want good people to win this.
I do.
Know, like,
I do.
It
You know I
it
do.
sucks for me too because it's like because I got along with people. That's just my personality. I haven't fucked anyone over yet. I haven't lied to anyone or like backstabbed anyone. It's like that's being held against me.
No,
in a
no,
sense.
no. I understand what you're saying.
And it's like it's just me. Like I can't. What am I supposed to do? Pick fights with people so they don't like me?
Well, it's like me. It was held against me for weeks that I was friends with too many people. You know, that I should have been great friends with 3 people, but left the other people behind. I mean, to this day, I hear about how you spent a lot of time talking to this one, or why did you talk to this one? It's like, well, does it make any difference? Are they here? Are they doing anything for me right now? I tried to get to know everyone. It was held against me. I hear every single day about how I'm the reality TV king and I know Big Brother so well. Well, first of all, I'm sure everyone here knows Big Brother plenty. We're not here in the final 7 of the show because we don't know it. But it's the same exact thing. What do you want me to do? You want me to erase my memory of the episodes I've watched? I'm sorry. It's my favorite show. I enjoy it. That's why I'm here. It's not like I just, fell on it like Jen claims she did or something like that. So I completely understand what you're saying. There are things that are positives about everyone left and things that are negatives about everyone left. Zach came up here. Now, I don't respond to threats in any which way. In fact, if anything, it really is off-putting to me. But he came up here and started talking about how, for weeks now, and for all future weeks, I'm on red alert. I should always think I've put myself in a situation where I'm going to be a target every single week. And I was thinking to myself, what a strange way to approach me. But then at the same time, I was thinking, he might be right. I think I am. I think every single week. He said, you make me very uneasy. There's something I can't quite put my finger on with you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay. And then I started thinking, I wonder how many people actually feel this way. And with some of the choices I've made in the game, I actually can honestly say, I wonder if, deep down you still view me as a good person winning the game, or if you view me as someone now who is playing to win and will do what I need to do to win. Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't. I swear to God, I really view you, me, Jess, and Jamaica as good people in this game, and that's the only ones. I say it all the time, there, and I've said it time and time again, and I'll continue to say it. I told you when Dustin, did that whole thing with the trip. I was like, I want the Final 4 to be, and you're like, don't say that. I'm like, no, I mean it, and I meant it. Like Dustin, that was wrong of him. That was selfish and that was greedy. And, regardless of what you did with the whole voting with Dustin, I could see where you felt out of the loop, with everything that happened the week before, and then you were up on the block, and then just like you kind of felt out of the loop with the group. I could see why you went and casted your vote to get rid of Dustin. I totally understand because you felt like you would have been the first one to go because me, Jamaica, and Dustin were close, getting closer, and then you and Jess were close, but you didn't want to be targeted in the group, you two, as a pair. And it's like I understand that. Like I don't hold things against people, and I still consider you a good person. You know what I mean? I know you mean well. I always say you can tell a lot from someone's eyes, and every time I look at your eyes, I can tell you're a good person, and I know that. And I tell Jamaica that all the time. And it sucks to even be up here, even, with the veto thing, even bringing it up. I wasn't even going to talk to you about it. And I'm just like, I might as well, you're always open for anything. And, I like Danielle, and as a person, you know what I mean? I really do. As far as Dick goes, I don't mind Dick. He's an asshole. We all know.
We all feel the same way. At times he's fun and pleasant, and at other times, I think we all know the truth of who he is as a person at the core of his being, and it's not good. That doesn't mean that there aren't moments that he's, been pleasant to spend with. I understand that.
And I don't want, this is the thing, I don't want, I'm telling you this because you're my friend, I don't want you to go and accidentally slip up in front of them and say how I come up here and talk to you, because then if you do leave nominations the same, they're going to get mad at me for even trying to talk to you, and they're going to hold their vote against me.
Zach already did the exact same thing.